Hey Team DSF, this is your girl Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and this is your Team DSF weekly business training. I'm going to give it a few minutes to allow people to get on this live stream. Hope you all are having a good Sunday thus far. Mine was pretty relaxing. So I'll just give it a few more seconds, really. All right, just a couple more seconds. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, like I said, this is your Team DSF weekly business training. And this week I want to discuss 2017 goals and setting a 6-month business plan. Now, we are already in the month of December, and like last week and, for the last couple of weeks, I told you how important it is to set business hours. So when you set your business hours, you also want to think in increments, certain increments, 6-month increments, and then you break those 6 months down into individual months, and then from there, you break that down into weeks, and then there you go into days and hours. So that is the process that I recommend to my team, and that's what I'm recommending to you. So what does that mean? So you've been in the business for however long you've been, but we're looking at a new year, okay? What goals do you want to accomplish in that year, okay? And when you think about your 5-year plan, your 1-year plan, you want to make sure those goals match up to your ultimate goal, okay? Now, I say set a business plan for 6 months because I feel like every 6 months at the minimum, you should adjust to see if you're on track for your yearly goals, okay? So, where do you want to be between now and June 30th, 2017? Ask yourself those questions in your business. Whatever that is, write that down and get very specific with it. Don't just, put out something generic. Get very specific and detailed on where you want to be between now and then. Once you have that written out, take those goals and look at them thoroughly and say, okay, what do I have to do between now and then? And really, this is 7 months because we're still at the beginning of December. But what do I have to do between now and then to hit those goals? Okay, now let's say, you want to make a certain rank in your company, or you want to achieve a certain amount of sales volume going through your organization on a monthly basis, based on whatever your compensation plan is. If that's the case, what do I have to do to get there? How many, exposures do I have to do to get a certain amount of business partners to generate that sales volume? So in my company, we teach that the average business partner you have personally consuming their own products from their own business within your organization, they should be consuming at least $200 or more of their own personal consumption. Okay, so when I say that, that means if I'm calculating, okay, if I want to generate, let's say, $1,000 worth of volume every month in my organization, outside of customers, because I look at customers as like, they're going to happen anyway, but business partners at the minimum, you would need how many people generating $200 or more worth of volume to equal that 1,000? You would need 5, right? So if you bring in 5 people, 5 times 2, that's 10. So $200 times 5 that gives you $1,000. Okay, so if you have 5 business partners, they're going to, at the minimum, if they are doing what we follow as the core habits, they're going to bring in, you know, $1,000 worth of volume in your organization. Now, they hopefully should be bringing in more than that, because that is only calculating their personal consumption. That's not including any business partners they bring in or any customers that they bring in. So that's a plus. But I use those numbers to keep it simple for you. So when you're setting your goals and you say, hey, if I want to bring in $10,000 worth of volume every month, then I need to look at bringing in X amount of people. Now, what I love about network marketing is that you don't always have to, you shouldn't be actually bringing in all these people yourself. Instead of you looking out and saying, oh man, that means I got to enroll 100 people in the next 6 months to hit my goals. No, you need to enroll X amount of people and then have them enroll X amount of people and then have them enroll X amount of people, etc. All of that counts towards your overall volume that you're bringing in. But we're not talking about those bonuses that you might get at the beginning, the first month when they enroll. We're talking about the residual income that they are, sales volume, that the personal consumption that they are bringing in, their auto ships on a monthly basis, the month after they enroll. That is where you generate that residual income. That is where you should be setting your goals for, because the bonuses that you get up front are just great incentives, you know, to add to your bank account so you can, you know, use it for, you know, travel costs for your training and all that, whatever. But what I want is financial freedom and time independence. And that is going to happen once I generate residual income. So if we go with that calculation, okay, let's say one business partner equals $200 worth of sales volume in your organization. Now you can say, okay, in 6 months, I want to generate $10,000 worth of volume throughout my organization. Now you can break it down and say that means my total organization, me as well as my downline working together, we need to bring in X amount of people that are generating that $200 or more a month every, you know, in 6 months. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, how many exposures are you going to have to do to bring in people? Are you going to divide that up within your team? Is your team committed to help you get to that goal? What are their goals? Okay, so a good way when you're mapping out your goals is you're going to write down this. In the next 6 months, I want to generate X amount of dollars in my business. Bam. How I'm going to do that, I'm going to break that down in a monthly increment. So month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means I need to bring in X amount of people every month to get to that goal. Now, what does that mean for me as a leader as well? That means I need to talk to my team and find out what are their goals. If they want to generate X amount of dollars in 6 months, what do they have to do to get that? Now, when you look at their goals, you can now incorporate their goals into yours. So if you have somebody in your downline that wants to bring in $1,000 in volume over the next 6 months, that means they got to bring in 5 new business partners that are generating $200 each every month on a residual basis, right? And you want to bring in a total of $10,000 in the next 6 months. Well, okay, you know, if that person, if I help them hit their goals and they're bringing in that 1,000, that's 1,000. Now, if I help my other downline hit their goals, that's another 1,000 for me. So you're helping them hit their goals, and that's also adding to your goals. But you have to sit down with each individual in your downline, and this is on a regular basis because this is just the people that you have today. But as you start going through this business plan and you start putting things in action and you bring in new people, you need to sit down with them before or after or during whatever you're getting started training and say, what are your goals in the next 6 months? And then add that to your overall plan, because these people are going to be your leverage. Like I said, you should not be enrolling everybody yourself. You should be enrolling those key leaders that you can strategically place in your organization to find their key leaders so that they can hit their goals, and then it duplicates on down. And then that's going to help you achieve your goals. That is the fastest and most efficient way to get to your ultimate goal, is to help your downline get to their goals. So you want to really break down those numbers. And like I said, what our company uses is that $200 per distributor. Like I said, that is their personal consumption. They should be bringing in more people via customers and or using all the products that might add up to more than $200, but at the minimum, when you're doing your calculations, just to give you an idea of where you want to be at, use $200 or more equals one distributor's contribution to these goals, to their goals and to your goals. And if we all work together, it'll be no time when you start generating that residual income and hitting those volumes and hitting those rank advancements, which will get you more money and bonuses and everything else. But like I said, that is not what we're worried about. We're worried about the residual check that comes in every month. So that is that thing that you have to think about, your overall plan, and then get with each and every distributor in your downline and have a one-on-one conversation and help them map out their plan. Then you go back, take all those plans and sit them down next to yours and calculate, are these people going to help me? Now, say you only have 2 distributors and their goals are their goals, and that's fine, but they're not going to get you to your goals. That means you should always be exposing anyway. That means, okay, they're going to help me out. They both want to bring in $1,000 of volume each. That's $2,000, but I want to bring in $10,000 total. That means I need to find $8,000 more of whoever I'm going to get. So now I need to find new distributors to help me reach my goals. So now I need to enroll new people and then help them achieve their goals and then add that to my overall monthly volume. Once again, or you might have somebody who commits to it, but then they fail. That's fine. Figure out what's wrong with that. What are they doing wrong? What do they need to work on? Encourage them. Or maybe they quit. That's cool. Find a new distributor. You know, they said it's too much for them or they want to go in a different direction. Find a new person that can replace that. That's how we use leverage. You know, don't dwell on the people that don't want to do anything. Go out and find the people that have the goals that they have. Help them achieve theirs and apply that to yours. Because as a leader, you're doing both. You're helping them reach their goals as well as you going forward with yours. Now, what else do you need to do when you're setting your business hours and you're setting your 6-month business plan? Like I said last week, you need to plan events, okay? Because how are you out there exposing your business to people? When they ask you, what is this? I want more information, and you plug them into your app or you give them the tools that they need so they understand what it is that your business opportunity is, they need an event for you to invite them to. So when you get them to the event, you need to have that on the calendar. Now, like I said, we're in December. Holiday season is going on right now. A lot of people are going on vacation. They're moving. They're busy, whatever. So plan your events around your realistic lifestyle. If you know that you're going to be celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever, or you're not celebrating anything, but you have family coming into town, or your prospects are celebrating these holidays, so even though they're not available, make sure that your events are realistic. Make sure they're fun and informative and that people will actually get to them. Okay, so when you do your exposures, if you're saying I need to expose to like 50 people this month to hit my goals because I'm excited and I want to do more than well, maybe it should be like 60 because that's the minimum. So you want to expose to 60 or more, right? Then figure out what am I going to invite them to? Okay, have an event on the calendar, have your downline have events on the calendar, have launch calls, have 3-way calls, have home meetings, you know, bigger meetings, networking parties. I see Lance on here. He's doing a networking party. You know, make it fun and make it apply to your actual prospects and what they are interested in. Hey, Will. Hey, Eric. I see you, China. All right. And I see you, Lance. Make it apply to them. You know, if your event is not something that they feel is something that they're going to get out of it, they're not going to come. Once again, you got to create value to your prospects so that they can get up out of their bed and go to your events. Okay, so make sure you're doing the proper behaviors when you're doing the connecting the tool in the event and you're sharing the business opportunity with people and getting them to third party. And make sure that your third party presenter is educated. They know how to present properly according to the habits that are set in your organization, in your company. Hey, Alex, I see you. And so with that being said, how many events do you have on the calendar right now for the month of December? How many events are you planning on scheduling if they're not on the calendar yet because it's too early for January? Okay, you got to think in advance. Don't do things last minute. Sometimes things happen. You could pop in a launch call here or there. But if you're planning a meeting, you want to promote these events. Make them fun. Make it exciting and get butts into seats, because you are not going to build your business and grow it if you are not exposing it and you have nobody to bring to an event. You need to always be exposing and getting new business partners so you can hit your goals. And once again, your downline can hit their goals. They need you to be available to present for them. They need to have events on the calendar that you are presenting at so that they can bring in new people to their organization so that they can hit their goals. So you need to also set your business hours to accommodate your downline schedule. If you are local to them, then you need to make sure that you're available to present for them. If they're not local to you, then you need to look at either getting some advanced technology in place so that maybe you can FaceTime an event. One of my mentors, Graham Gonzalez, he said, hey, if they're in a place where there's no distributors in your company that can present and you're not available to them because you're in another state, hey, put your face on a big screen, get a smart TV. All right, have your downline get a smart TV, put your face on a big screen, gather some people in the room, and FaceTime your presentation to them. That is a third-party presentation. If they're not the type where, if they don't want to hear nobody on the phone or whatever, they don't want to look at a webinar, live stream something or get them on the big screen and you do the presentation for your downline just like you're physically there. Use technology, use it. It's there for you. Get creative with it. Make yourself available to your team because if they don't grow, you're not going to grow. You can't always go out there and continue to find new people to continuously replace them. If they're trying, you should find new people just because, but you should be helping them if they want it. If they're asking for your help, if they're trying, help them to be successful, okay? Because most of the time, one of the reasons most of the time we fail is because we don't understand what we're doing. And we just need that person to pull us to the side and say, hey, you're messing this up. You're messing up your invite. Maybe you should try it this way. Maybe you should not speak so much and let the tools talk or let the third party talk or whatever, So those are some things that you have to accommodate as well when you're setting your business hours is making yourself available to your downline so they can hit their goals. Now, what if you fall behind yourself? Okay, what if something happens in your life? If you have been properly training your downline, hopefully they can hold you up while you go through that until you can get back on track. I've seen it happen multiple times with leaders. They're doing everything great and they're going above and beyond for their team, and then life happens to them and they have to take a step back. But that's why you have to always do your business properly so you can prepare yourself for that. Because if you are doing your business properly and setting the right standards and following the core habits and your downline is duplicating that, then when you need to step away to handle life, your downline at that point hopefully should be leaders themselves and they can take over your team and continue to grow it while you handle your situation. And then when your life situation is a little bit under control to where you can come back, then you can come back. But that's why it's important for you to stay plugged into all of these training events that your company has, and then make sure that your downline is looking at the leadership skills that you're bringing to the table and they're duplicating that. You don't want them to always rely on you. You want them to duplicate what you're doing so they can become leaders in their own right. They can grow their team and get their team where they need to go. And if need be, they can help you with your team if you need to take a step back. It's not always help from the top down. Sometimes we need our downline to help us. Okay, sometimes they're better at certain things than we are. Maybe your downline is more tech savvy than you are, or maybe they know how to make amazing flyers for your events. Or maybe they're just better at organizing events and getting everybody into the room and making it fun. Whatever, use your team for the skills that they have as long as you're following the core habits and the system is still in place. That's what we're there for. We all bring unique things to the table and we all need each other for those times when something unexpected happens. We have to take a step back. That is what network marketing is about. Leverage, okay? Using your network for the benefits that it has, okay? Because nobody wants to do this by themselves. Once again, why would you use 100% of one person's efforts when you can use 1% of everyone else's? It's leverage, okay? So another thing that you want to think about is budgeting, marketing, and other factors that affect your business. So when you're sitting down and you're going through your 6-month business plan and you're thinking about, oh man, I got to do these events, I got to do all of this stuff for the next 6 months. What is that going to cost me? Think about it. If you're attending training events, that's going to cost you money. You got a budget for that. If you are hosting an event and or presenting at an event, it's going to cost you money in gas, mileage, wear and tear on your vehicle, time. If it's a long distance thing and you have decided that you want to go travel there to present for someone because they're doing the core habits and they've earned that from you, you might have to take off work from your 9 to 5 if you have one. That's time, that's money, okay? I don't know if you have vacation hours or whatever, or if you have to like take leave without pay, but you have to calculate that. Getting a babysitter if you don't want your children at the event for some reason, if it's like, you know, a grown event where it's like more of a party and it's going to be late at night or something and you want to get a babysitter, or if you're out of state and you can't take your child with you because they have school, babysitting costs. Food for the event, keep it simple. If it's a home meeting, keep it simple. If it's a bigger event, you might get food catered in. That's going to cost money because are you charging for the event or is it free? All of those things you got to think about when you're planning your events, depending on the level of formality, you know, how formal it is, whatever, you know, everything costs money. Running your business costs money. You have to budget for that in advance, okay? Make sure you have that under control. Okay, marketing, like I said, when you plan your events, you want to host them or you're presenting at them, promote them. Okay, I told one of my team members, I'm working on a flyer right now because I'm supposed to be promoting an event and I haven't promoted it yet. I think I promoted it like once. I have to promote the events that I'm participating in. And even if I'm not going to physically be there for whatever reason, if it's somebody that's on my team or somebody that's not on my team that I work with though, that I collab with sometimes, promote the events. Help your downline, help your upline, help your sideline. If they got an event going on, promote it. Promote it on social media, promote it, you know, in person. Let other people know, because even if it's not your event, if you have prospects that are in that area, you might want to send them to there. Or if you know somebody that might benefit from that, let them know about it. It might be the next person that signs with whoever that person is, whoever that prospect belongs to. They might sign up in your company. And even if it doesn't directly affect you, it might really help somebody reach their goals. So you want to promote your events. You are a professional network marketer. You are a business owner. If you're hosting something or presenting at something, you should let people know. That's the professional thing to do. If you don't, then it's going to look like it's not important to you. So if somebody's like, oh yeah, you told me about that thing, but I didn't see you promoting it. But when you go out to the movies or when you go to dinner, you're always promoting that, posting statuses about your movies and everything, but you didn't promote this event. It must not be important. It's so crazy how people will take one small thing that you do and make a whole story about it. It's perception. And you got to make sure that as a professional who's running a business, you got to promote your business the right way. And if you're not promoting your events, it's a bad look. So make sure you do that. And make sure, like I said, you do it for your downline as well. And tell them to promote your events too. You know, everybody help everybody out, you know. So now, like I said, motivating and leading your team, okay? When you're doing this 6-month plan and you're trying to get your team on board, like I said, there's going to be some people that are going to do it and some that aren't going to want to, and that's cool, you know. But make it like, before you even tell them, make it something that you may think they want to do. Like, don't just be like, yo, you need to do this 6-month plan because that's what I'm doing, so that's what you should do. You know that it's going to benefit them because that's what business people do. But make it fun. Make incentives, you know, like make it like, you know, hey, if you hit half your goal in like, you know, 2 weeks faster than you said you were, we'll give you like, you know, a free gift card to dinner or something or whatever. Or if you hit your goal sooner than, you know, whatever your suspense is, then I'll give you a free ticket to the next training event. I'll buy it for you. Or, you know, if you exceed your goals, you know, if you want to hit a certain rank and you hit the rank higher than that, I'm going to buy you like your next event ticket plus like dinner and, you know, a drink. Whatever your team likes to do or what's cool for them, what you think is an incentive that they'd actually want to get up out of their bed and do something because they want that incentive, make that the incentive. You know, if you do this, hey, and you're great at it or whatever, like, hey, I'll give you we'll have a party at the end of the, you know, 6 months and June 30th, you know, whatever. Make it fun, make it a friendly competition. Like, let's see who can hit their goals first. Like, we've given you 6 months, but whoever hits it first gets $500 or whatever, you know. make it fun for your team. Make it fun that your downline wants to be on your team instead of like somebody else's, because there's always some fun things going on. You know, in addition to that, when you do your business opportunity events, you should also be planning cuddly events for your team. It shouldn't always just be business. I always say, I'm a very businessy person, but it shouldn't just be about business. I shouldn't just be talking to you because I'm talking about business. It should be about building relationships with my business partners to get to know them better and be around them. So create like fun events that make people want to be around you, you know, and invite your prospects too. You know, we did an event the other time where we all went to see a movie together. You know, all of our business partners. And before that, we went bowling. I invited prospects too. I didn't just leave it just for my team. Now, you could do some team specific things to build that rapport. And then if you want to discuss some things going on within your team, that's cool. That you should do that. Build a better, like a family bond or whatever. But also create events that you can invite your prospects to that aren't business opportunity related. So they can experience the culture of what it's going to be like if they join your team. It's not always business. If they join your team, this is a family that they're joining. This is a group of friends that they're going to learn about their families. They're going to know their children's names, you know, spouses and stuff like that. And you actually like each other. You know, one of the worst things you could do in network marketing is have somebody on your team and you don't connect with them and you don't bond with them. I mean, we get along with who we get along with. And we might end up enrolling people that we didn't think we're going to enroll. We don't really know them that well. But at least put forth the effort to try to get to know them and see if y'all have a nice connection. If you don't, then yeah, keep it professional. Hey, how you doing? You know, I'm still checking on you because you're still on my team. But most of the time, the people that we do end up enrolling, if we've put forth that effort, we tend to like them. Like we would tend to want to hang with them anyway. So do it, you know, because you'll find in network marketing, it is like, it's time consuming in some cases when you really go above and beyond in your business. And most of the people that you're going to end up hanging around are probably in your business. I'm just saying. I only hang with two groups. I was telling one of my prospects, who's my friend first, but I was telling her today on the phone, I was like, you know, when I think about it, I hang out with two groups of people and that's it. They're either in my company or in the network marketing industry, or they're in fashion because I'm a fashion designer and a model. Those are usually where they fall because I don't have time to spend with other groups. It's just the way it is because I do so much in my business that's how it is. But guess what? This has been the most positive time of my life that I can remember for years because I'm surrounding myself. I have the benefits of being able to pick and choose who I want to surround myself with and who I want my son around, who is in my business. And these are a great group of people. And that is the point. You don't pick who you work with at your 9 to 5. I still have a 9 to 5. I go there. They're cool, you know, but I'm probably not going to go to the movies with them. I'm probably not going to go to dinner with them if it's outside of some corporate dinner that, you know, somebody told me to go to because of work. But when I leave, when I clock out, I don't see them until the next time I got to clock back in. You know, I am spending my time with my business partners who are my friends and my extended family. And that's what this is all about, that financial and time freedom and being able to choose who you surround yourself with and live your life with, because life should be about happiness. So those are the goals that you should have. That should be at the top of your list of goals. Okay. But when you're going through your 6-month business plan, think about the things that matter to you and where you want to be at on June 30th, 2017. And I'm saying that because we're at the beginning of December. So you get a free month because technically 6 months doesn't start till January 1st. So that gives you December to close out this year with a bang, you know, finish off your goals for 2016 and sit down and plan how you're going to tackle this thing on the 1st of January. And if you want, if you're freaking awesome and excited like me, give yourself a head start and start right now. Start your 6-month plan right now. We'll just give you extra weeks and go ahead and get it, because every day that you plant those seeds into that prospect's life, they might not jump on board right now, but hopefully maybe they might jump on before June 30th, and then you can help them achieve their goals, whatever they are. So I hope that helped you guys out. This is your girl, Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and this is your Team DSF Weekly Business Training. Peace.